Hey, we have The Walking Dead Risk Game of Strategic Conquest Risk The Walking Dead edition, based off the comic book Risk The Walking Dead Survival Edition. Games. These zombies want you to play some games. Games. Playing games is always better than eating brains. Games. Risk The Walking Dead. Here's what the board looks like. Some components, the back of the board. We got the governor, Green Fairy, Rick Group, Prisoner Group, and we have walkers. As the leader of a group of survivors, you are responsible for the fate and possibly the future of the human race. The dead have risen and terrified every turn. But perhaps the greatest dangers of all is the apocalyptic new landscape. Are the other survivors you will encounter along the way. To survive, you need to grow the influence, population, and meager resources for your group. You must fight through death and honor and horror. Honor, and expand into more territories. When the inevitable overrun of walkers occurs, the group controlling the most territories will stand alone and win the deadly game of survival. Contents, you got 4 sets of survivor pieces, set of walker pieces, custom game board, 28 event cards, 32 territory cards, 5 group leader cards, 3 guard tower chips, 4 grenade chips, 30 ammo crate chips, an outbreak tracker chip, 2 black dice for defense, and 3 red dice for attack. And the survival manual, also known as the rules. And it's all been shook up, so it's probably mixed up. And I'll probably have to pick it. Here's the Walking Dead Games. Survival manual. Risk The Walking Dead. The world of commerce and frivolous necessity has been replaced by a world of survival and responsibility. An epidemic of apocalyptic proportions has swept the globe, causing the dead to rise and feed on the living. I don't know why they say feed. They should say feast. It sounds more scary. In a matter of months, society has crumbled. The government is gone. Yay for the libertarians! They finally won! No grocery stores, no mail delivery, no cable TV, no internet. Oh shoot, the millennials will never make it. No internet? Oh my gosh. In a world ruled by the dead, we are forced to finally start living. As the leader of a group of survivors, you are responsible for the fate and possibly the future of all humankind. Nah, just a one little area. Come on. Don't put all that burden on one person's shoulders. Come on now. Come on. The dead have risen and provide danger at every turn. However, your fellow humans are perhaps the greatest threat to your survival in this terrifying new landscape. In order to survive, you need to grow the population and sphere of influence of your group and control more of the landscape and meager resources available. You must fight through death and horror to expand your group into more territories. When the inevitable overrun of the walkers occurs, the group controlling the most territories will stand alone and win the game of survival. This is the world of The Walking Dead, so play it. Play some games. And there's 2 versions. Ways to play. You got survival and conquest. You got the game board, which looks like that, but that's just a small look at it. We'll look at it more in depth later. We got survivors, which I don't know why they started doing this 1 survivor and 3 survivor thing. I still play by the original Risk rules where the one piece is 1 and the next bigger piece is 5. They got rid of the bigger 10 piece in a lot of these newer games. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's to save money. I'm not sure. And walkers. This is a game where you might run out of these, but if you do that, you're gonna kind of get overrun. So you got, of course, you got walkers, where you got hordes and hordes of walkers and regular walkers. Now in this game, kind of interesting fact that each person actually represents one person, because you're not and one they don't represent armies, they actually represent people. So instead of, because as you can see, you're really only in this like one little city, so to speak. So it's not like that bad. Then of course you got cards, which there are 3 types of cards. You got territory cards, event cards, and group cards. You got the dice, of course, and you got some markers. You got ammo crates, guard towers, 4 grenades, outbreak tokens. They do various different things. Important notes here, and then strategy. And here's a neat little picture from the comic. This looks like the Green family here. The Green family farm family. Risk to Walking Dead survival gameplay, 2 to 4 players. You got the calm before, which is how to set up the game. And you got what we become, object of the game. And then we got life among them, the gameplay overview, where you, step 1 is resolve walker outbreaks, 2 draw and resolve an event, 3 gain and deploy additional survivors to boost your group, 4 invade opposing groups and or walker territories, that's invasions, 5 make a maneuver and collect an ammo crate if you are eligible. Then you got the walker outbreaks, which will start overrunning, because it says at the start of each player's turn. You got the walker outbreaks continued. Basically what you do in a walker outbreak is you draw a card, and wherever that card is, depending on what the outbreak chart shows, you put that many walkers in that particular location. The first turn, it's 1 territory and 1 walker. Second turn, it's 2 territories, 2 walkers. Third turn is 3 territories, 2 walkers. And the fourth turn and own, it's 4 territories each turn, and you put 3 walkers. Or you could play like an even advanced game and just, keep adding. So it would always be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. It might even show a different outbreak chart on the board. I don't remember. Then you got the events card, which you get event cards after resolving all the outbreaks from the walker hordes. You draw an event card, and if you succeed, you get the reward that's mentioned on the event card. You got deployment, that's basically where you put your people, which you can do it 2 ways. One, you can, that's when you put your new troops out. But when you're setting up the game, you can either do it random, where you shuffle the cards out, the territory cards, and each person gets those territories, or you can do it, then you get to trade ammo crates. Now, ammo crates, they're bullets for trading ammo for survival, and you get these bullets. These bullets, I believe, you get these bullets. How do you get the bullets? Well, anyway, you get the bullets. Oh, okay. You trade in ammo crates for bullets, and I guess you get the ammo crate. You get the ammo crate for taking the territory. I think that's how it goes. Now there's Fear the Hunters, Invasion and Battles. It's basically the same way you invade and battle in any risk game. You pick a territory, you attack that territory from another territory, and you use... there's special rules when you battle the walkers, though, right here, that you'll have to do. And there's special rules for the guard towers and the grenades, because you can get those as rewards. Here's examples. Showing the examples. More examples. You got the end of your turn. Oh yeah, ammo crates. Instead of getting the cards to trade in, you get the ammo crate for the end of your turn if you took over a territory. And then you advance the outbreak track. But you do that every round. So every round you move the outbreak track up. You don't move the outbreak track every turn, but you do have to do an outbreak every turn. It gets worse. So like turn one, it's round. So yeah. Shows you on there. Round 1, 2, 3, 4. Territories, how many territories cards you have to use. Walkers, how many walkers you have put in those territories. Walkers can pop up anywhere. They can even pop up in territories you already own. So there's really no safe territory. Unless, of course, the walkers have already popped up. Then I guess that territory's safe, because I think the game ends when the last walker territory card is used, and then whoever survives with the most points is the winner. Then we have what comes after end of the game. You win based on how many points you have. Then there's the conquest gameplay, which in it, one player gets to actually play as the walkers. So you can have up to 5 people. You have 2 players. If you have 2 players, the walkers are the neutral faction. Then you have 3, 4, 5, and somebody can play as the walkers. And when you play that, each faction, of course, has special rules. This game was created by the USA Opoly Company. Also licensed by Hasbro. And of course Sky Brown, just like the Bane game over there. So here is what a walker looks like. Here is what a human looks like. Here's what a human truck looks like. I apologize if this doesn't focus very good. And here's what a horde looks like. And then here are what the ammo crates look like on the back. They have 1 or 2 bullets. Sometimes, here's what the guard houses look like. And oh, here it is. Here's what a grenade looks like. There's, of course, the dice. Here's the different kinds of cards. Event. Here's the groups. Okay, those are the event cards. So there's the 3 types of cards. You got group cards, territory cards, and event cards. The group cards, you have the prisoner group. And the prisoner group's special ability is the defender subtracts 1 from the lowest defense die for the first attack you make each turn. So they get to hurt the defenders. Then you got the walker group, which only if you're playing 5 players would you have this group, or if you're playing 3 players, I could suppose 1 player could play the walkers. Only if you're playing Conquest would 1 player play the walkers. If not, they work as that neutral faction and they just pop up. In this particular case, so they don't get this ability when you're not playing the game. When you're playing the regular game, they don't get this ability. If you defeat a defender that rolls a 1, you may add a walker to the attacking territory. So this allows you to basically possibly add an additional walker. Then we got the green family group. For each survivor defeated by a walker, roll a die. A roll of 3 or higher prevents the survivor from returning as a walker. Then you got Rick's group. It's you may make your maneuver at any point during your turn. So you don't have to do it at the beginning or the end when you normally do it. Forget when you normally do it. I think you normally do it at the end. But in this particular case, you can do it anytime. Which used to, in original Risk, you could make as many maneuvers as you wanted to. Now they've changed that where you only allowed 1. I don't understand why that's the case. I still go by the original where you can move as many troops from as many territories as you want. Now they only want you to do 1 at a time. That seems like it would make the game take longer by doing it that way. Then we got the governor's group, which is if you roll through a kind when attacking. So if you happen to roll a 3 kind, doesn't matter whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 3 of a kind. And defeat at least 1 defender. So, you probably couldn't defeat a defender with 3 1s. Probably. Unless you had some other modifiers to the dice. You probably wouldn't defeat with 3 1s. So, more than likely it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But if you defeat at least 1 defender you get to automatically conquer the territory, and you kill everybody on there. So this could be a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, because if you roll a 3 of kind on an enemy, and that enemy has which makes you think you probably wouldn't win on 6s either, because you wouldn't win on 6s either unless, of course, there's a modifier to the dice. Some kind of modifier because of a card or grenade or guardhouse or something of that nature. Anyway, so 2, 3, 4, and 5 would probably be the only way you could win, unless, of course, those modifiers, like I was saying. But that would be terrible because, suppose you go into battle and your opponent has 20 guys, and you roll a 3 of a kind and you kill just 1 guy, and it's your first turn, first attack, and the guy just lost 20 guys instantly. So this guy, this is a better special ability than any of these other special abilities, in my opinion. It's the best special ability ever. Instant win? Come on. If you have a 3 of a kind? Well, it's not really an instant win. You have to still at least win. So if they had beat you in number, but you only have to kill 1. You don't have to win both. So, with that in mind, if you're the opponent, you might want to think about how many troops you're going to put in some place. Because governor shows up, y'all dead. if he gets his 3 of kind. Not saying it happens a lot, but some people are good at rolling dice, and it might happen more than others. We got territory cards and event cards. Now each territory has their own cards. We got Central Woods, the Green Family Barn, the Delta Perimeter, Abandoned Landing Strip, Alpha Perimeter, Elementary School, Downtown Woodbury, North Woods, the Truck Stop, the Battle Arena, Pasture, the East Woods, the Landfill, the Woodbury Hospital, the Guardhouse, the Horse Stables, Supply Area, Farmland, Parking Lot, West Prison Central, the Green Family Farmhouse, the Commons, the Wilshire Estates Subdivision, the National Guard Outpost, the South Woods, the West Woods, the abandoned gas station, the Shopping Supercenter, the Recreation Center, the Atlanta Survivors Camp, the Weapons Depot, and the golf course. Then we have these various different events where they say something and then they let you do a special. Like, here's one, how'd they get in? Then you got Warpath. They pretty much they got missions. If you complete them on your turn, you get the reward. Riot gear, headshots, riot gear, traders, perimeter breach, bird's eye view, clear a path, out of their misery, traders, out of their misery, the best defense, starvation, warpath, starvation, headshots, perimeter breach. Too much noise, bird's eye view, out of their misery, rescue party, too much noise, clear a path, out of their misery, and how they get in. And then you have the overrun card. Now, this overrun card is randomly shuffled in the deck, and when you draw this card, the game automatically ends. Now, you could intentionally put this at the bottom of the deck so that they have to go through all the event cards. Or if you want a longer game, you could wait until all the event cards are used up once and then put this in for the second, shuffle of event cards. If you want to try that. But longer actually means harder. Not so you might, I don't know if you want to. Then there's I think in the rules it said there was an option about putting this at the back half. So like you divide the cards in half, you put this in the back half deck, you shuffle both decks, the 2 individual decks, and then you put this in the back half deck, the bottom half deck, and you put the other shuffled deck on the top half. So you have to have gone through a couple of events first. So you can either put it in there immediately, or you can put it in the back half, or you can wait till the second time, or you can put it at the very back. Whatever you want to do. The rules actually say to do the back half thing, but it's your game, do what you want to. Screw rules. Sometimes rules can be modified to make it harder or easier for people. Right? Games. Yeah, zombies, we know you want us to play the games. We're not zombies, we are walkers. Oh yeah, my bad. They're walkers, not zombies. What is this doing? On the table. It's in the way. This freaking wooden spoons and stuff.
Probably plastic, looks like wood.
Anyway, it's a big board, so it kind of takes up the whole, the whole table. Because I got all this other junk in my way. And it's designed weird. It's designed this way instead of that way. So it takes up the same amount of space as a regular Risk game, but they want you to have it that way instead of that way. And usually Risk games are, sideways, and this one's long ways, top ways, I guess. So here's where you put territory cards. There's your discard. And here's the outbreak thing. And like I was talking about the outbreak thing, you could, if you wanted to, you could do round 5. It's a 4. So, how it does is territories 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. But it does walkers 1, 2, 2, 3. So if you were to go past 4 and modify the rules a little bit, you would go 5th round, 5 walkers, 3. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so on. And then, but with the bottom part, it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. So it'd be 1, 1, 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, and so on. And here's the trick of the ammo crate thing. Here's where you put the event cards. Then you got the purple territories, or the Western State Zone, which you have these locations here. The purple locations where the purple people start. So each group gets to start in one particular territory. But for some reason they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you get to choose what area you want to start in. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it'd be weird for the prisoners not to want to start in the prison, and it'd be kind of weird for the Green family group not to want to start there. But they're bases, basically. They're bases. So then we got the Atlanta Survivor Camp and the Survivor Camp Zone. If you could manage to keep one of these areas, you would get the bonus just like in regular Risk. But with the zombies showing up so often, you're hardly ever going to get to keep any of these bases. Because no place is safe. So the blue areas are the Survival Camp Zone. You have the Atlanta Survivor Camp base. You got the Prison Zone, which is 7 territories. West Central Prison base. You got this Green Family Farm and the Green Family Farmhouse base. And you got the National Guard Outpost, the National Guard Station Zone. You got downtown Woodbury, Woodbury Zone. So those are the various different zones. We'll look at the individual territories a little better. If you notice, there's hardly any safe territories on this particular map board. Unlike some Risk games where you can find a safe territory, there's really no safe zones in this particular Risk game. And the worst particular zone in this case is, of course, the Prison Zone, because it's the biggest and it's literally surrounded by everybody. But yeah, there's literally no safe zone. So that's been The Walking Dead Risk. Wow, and that took up a long time. Remember, God's good all the time. All the time, God's good. Keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Jesus loves you. And if you want to be part of the real Walking Dead, get saved. And when you die, you'll rise with Christ. And you'll rise as the Walking Dead in a glorified body, so you'll be living again. So you really won't be dead, per se. But it does say the dead in Christ shall rise. So you're dead, but you're given a glorified body, which is alive. So are you dead or are you alive? And can you survive the zombie apocalypse hordes of the walkers? Comment down below your favorite character from The Walking Dead, your favorite location, your favorite group, comics, or movies, your favorite episode, favorite, I don't know why I say movies when I mean TV shows, but they're kind of the same thing. Favorite season, favorite episodes, favorite comics, any of that. Just comment down below. And keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And play some games. Because playing a board game stimulates your brain, and it's a lot better than eating a brain. Play a board game. Don't eat no brains. Increase the knowledge in your brain by playing a board game instead of going out there and getting your brains eaten by the Walking Dead walkers. Even the Walking Dead zombie creatures want to play some games. Be careful if a Walking Dead zombie shows up and starts saying games and knocks on your door, acting like he's really wanting to play a game, because he might want to secretly eat your brain. Yeah. Gotta be careful. Some of them zombies are smart and tricky. So, have a great day. Laters.